Greetings, celestial beings of higher dimensional light, rising up, waking up to heaven, on new earth, here now, in this body, where I always am, the body of the sacred Christos. We had another powerful day of higher dimensional 5D gamma waves coming in. Also a powerful galactic activation portal today. I filmed some light codes coming in from the sun, dancing on the waters, which I'll post at the end of today's transmission. Also 918, we have the 99 portal, the 99. And I'd like to thank all of you joining us in this great ascension, rising up and manifesting with our visions and our imagination through our heart center, bringing the rains to the west and calming the waters in the east. My beloved Condor goddess sent me a video today of the rains in Washington state today, and it brought me great joy. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. All is coming into balance and harmony. The Galactics, the Angelics, see this whole thing calming by the equinox next week. And for those that don't know, the equinox is when the sun rises and sets halfway between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, which is directly on the equator, halfway in between the tropics. We could think of this as the three Dantians, or the three sacred centers of the earth. The Tropic of Cancer being the north, or the upper Dantian, middle Dantian, the heart center, being the equator, and the lower Dantian, like in the belly, the Tropic of Capricorn. And we had a most powerful earthquake today, activation right on the equator, the heart of the sacred tropics. So angels of the light, we send more rain to the west. There's reports of rain in Oregon, California, but the fires are still out of control. So we call on the water dragons. We thank the Great Spirit and Kanlung, the water dragons and the angelics, for the rains that they have brought, and seeing more water, more rain in the areas that need it the most, where the fires still rage, calming the fire, calming the nervous system of Pachamama. Gaia is very happy, and Pachamama is becoming more relaxed, more at ease, more at peace, as we seek the peace within, the kingdom of heaven within. We spoke about yesterday with the Malkutha de Shemaya, Malkutha de Shemaya, Malkutha de Shemaya, the kingdom of heaven within us, within your sacred vessel, within your consciousness, within your mind, the mind's eye, the eye of the storm, the eye of Horus, fully open, fully aware. We had some more powerful energies coming in, showing up on the Schumann resonance today with a 57 amplitude, these 5D gamma waves flowing in, one after another. If you look at the Schumann charts, it looks like an 11-11 portal gateway. So we're all getting these 11s and 1s. 111, 1111. The second sacred portal, the beloved Shakti. We had 113 M1.5 or greater earthquakes in the last 24 hours. The most powerful was the 6.9 right on the equator in the mid-Atlantic ridge, about halfway between South America and Africa, and that was at 21:43 UTC, about 4 hours before this recording. We had many activations in the crown of Lemuria again, anchor point 3.1, Alaska, the Alaska Peninsula 3.4. Then in Russia, 4.6, we had a activation with the Atlantean energies in the Dominican Republic again, 3.2. We had a 3.1 off the coast of Oregon today at 10:13 UTC. Then we had this trinity of activation starting in China with a 4.6. And then to the sacred portal were the three holy mountains, the Tian Shan, Celestial Mountain, the Kunlun Shan, the Middle Dantian, the Divine Feminine, and the Himalayan, Where they merge together, they come to an apex, 4.5 magnitude with the 9 energies at 837, 70.066, longitude 36.259, latitude 167 kilometers depth. We have the 37 and the 73, and then in the sacred portal in Turkey with a 4.2, 38.66 latitude, 38.05 longitude. So we have the 1111 encoded within the epicenter of this sacred portal, 654 UTC, the 69. Then again in Texas today with a 3.8, Nevada 3.3, and then in the sacred divine feminine portal of Crete, Greece, 5.9, 44 kilometers depth, 34.997 latitude, 25.331 longitude. We have the 3, 6, and 9 encoded, and the 99, 33, and 44. Aho! All portals open, all portals activated. And this is divine decree from Creator Source to assist us, the star blossoms of the new earth and Gaia, to rise through this great ascension and great awakening of consciousness for all living beings. We'll start today's first transmission from Divine Sister of the Light, Patricia Cota-Robles. This is a longer one, so bear with me here for a moment. Understanding the challenges of this moment. During this extraordinary time, what I am hearing most often from people all over the world is that they know something really big is happening on Earth, and they realize intuitively that this is the reason why they are here. Many of them say that all their life they have had an inner knowing that whatever they are here to do is going to make a tremendous difference in a very positive and healing way for humanity and Mother Earth. They often have no idea just what that means, and many times they even feel like they must be crazy to think such things, but they are not. Now, due to the monumental changes that have taken place since the birth of this new decade in 2020, every person's I Am presence has been able to fully integrate into the core of purity within the atomic and subatomic cellular structures in his or her earthly bodies. That means that this aspect of our own divinity can now communicate directly and far more obviously with our conscious mind. For this reason, the beings of light want me to reiterate something they have been sharing with awakening humanity over the past several decades. This information has been given to all of us, not to flatter us or stroke our egos, but rather to give us the trust, confidence, strength, and courage we will need in order to accomplish the awesome facet of the divine plan that is unfolding on Earth during this cosmic moment. Please set aside any preconceived notions you have about your life and who you think you are. Listen to these words with an open heart and mind. Allow your I Am presence to reveal to you the truth of this message. For some of you, this message will reverberate through your heart flame as confirmation of what you have always known. For others, this sacred knowledge will sound completely foreign and beyond the possibility of anything you can imagine for yourself, but it is not. The company of heaven has revealed, and our Father, Mother, God have confirmed that the earth is in the midst of a unique experiment that has never been attempted in any systems of worlds. Never in the whole of creation has a planet that has fallen to the depths of pain and suffering that humanity has experienced since we fell into the abyss of separation and duality, been given the opportunity to ascend through two-dimensional shifts in such a short period of time. Since harmonic convergence, which took place in August of 1987, the Earth has been ascending up the spiral of evolution from the third dimension through the fourth dimension and into the initial frequencies of the fifth dimension. Normally, a planet's evolutionary shift from one dimension into another takes millions of years. However, this time, through the unified efforts of heaven and earth, something dramatically different is being co-created. The success of the experiment we are in the midst of is destined to permanently change the evolutionary process for every son and daughter of God in a most wondrous and positive way. Once Earth's ascension into the fifth dimension is completed, never again will the sons and daughters of God in any systems of worlds inadvertently through curiosity and ignorance make the fatal decision to use the gift of our life force in devastating ways that are not based in love. Eons ago, when the sons and daughters of God evolved on Earth, originally made the free will choice to use our creative faculties of thought and feeling to misqualify our life force in that self-destructive way. We had no idea what the results would be. We did not comprehend that our reckless behavior would result in the manifestation of the gross mutations and painful maladies that have caused so much suffering in our individual and collective lives to this very day. But now we do know. Once this experiment and Earth's ascension process are victoriously accomplished, the sum total of the details of humanity's horrific descent into the abyss of separation and duality and our victorious ascent back into the light will be permanently encoded in the sacred halls of knowledge and divine wisdom in the inner realms of illumined truth. Brothers and sisters, waves of energy are flowing over me, feelings and emotions. I'm having trouble speaking. We're going to take a deep breath and do this. Angels of the light. From that moment forth, every son and daughter of God throughout the whole of creation will be able to learn. Wow, did you feel that, angels? Okay, we're going to do this. The lessons of what not to do through research rather than physically creating that pain through trial and error as we did. Our Father, Mother God said that with the victory of Earth's ascension, humanity will co-create a new octave of godhood, and never again will the sons and daughters of God have to experience the depths of pain and suffering we have endured on Earth due to the miscreations we inadvertently and often ignorantly manifested. Because of what the success of this facet of the divine plan will mean for every son and daughter of God, the whole of creation is focused on this one tiny planet. That means that legions of light from suns beyond suns and galaxies beyond galaxies have already assisted us and are standing in readiness to assist us now with the unprecedented planetary reboot for which humanity and Mother Earth are now preparing. So what does all of this mean for you personally? Well, because of the urgency of the hour and the critical need for humanity to succeed in this experiment, nothing has been left to chance. Every single person has embodied on Earth since the latter part of the 1800s was specifically chosen and has been preparing for lifetimes to fulfill a particular role during this cosmic endeavor. During the later part of the 1800s, our Father, Mother God issued a clarion call asking for volunteers from both the Earth's evolutions and throughout the universe who would be willing and able to embody on Earth in order to assist with this experiment. Literally billions of souls from all systems of the worlds enthusiastically volunteered to serve in this way. They clearly perceived what the success of this divine mission would mean for sons and daughters of God everywhere, in spite of the horrific chaos they were destined to face on Earth. During the final stages of this experiment, they understood what a gift their sacrifice would be for all creation. In choosing the volunteers, however, enthusiasm and willingness were not enough. Every person that was selected to embody on Earth was carefully evaluated. Our various lifetimes and our personal experiences were noted. So was the way we were able to stay focused on the light and to handle challenges in difficult situations. The company of heaven said that for every person who was chosen to embody on Earth, there were millions who were turned away. That is not because those of us who were allowed to embody are more special or more evolved than our sisters and brothers who were turned away. We were chosen because our Father, Mother God, and the company of heaven felt that because of the way we were able to stay focused on the light and stand in our truth, in the face of all adversity, we had a better chance of succeeding victoriously with Earth's monumental experiment, because the success of our divine mission at this time will result in creating a new octave of godhood that will prevent the sons and daughters of God from ever having to experience the depths of pain and suffering that the Earth has experienced. Our presence on Earth is a gift beyond the comprehension of our finite minds. Please take the following words into the deepest recesses of your heart flame. Our Father, Mother God said that because of the gift Earth's experiment is providing for the sons and daughters of God throughout all creation, the greatest privilege and honor of any son or daughter of God in any system of worlds is physical embodiment on planet Earth during this cosmic moment. What is your mission in this unprecedented experiment? Our permission was given for us to embody on Earth. Every person's I Am presence was shown what our individual divine mission will be in the holy endeavor. Our missions are as diverse as humanity, and they consist of the full gamut of Earth's experiences. The first part of humanity's divine mission involves those who will be working with the company of heaven in myriad ways to assist in Earth's ascension process and to co-create the patterns of perfection for the fifth dimensional new Earth. These sons and daughters of God will also be called to hold the sacred space for the awakening of our sisters and brothers whose mission is far more perilous. The second part of humanity's divine mission involves the sons and daughters of God who have had the most difficult challenges. These are people who have volunteered to reach into the gross mutations and destructive patterns of pain and suffering which they created previously through the fragmented and fear-based consciousness of their fallen human egos. Their mission will be accomplished by each of them acting out of those same abhorrent patterns and bringing them to the surface to be exposed and transmuted back into the light. This is the time referred to in the Bible when all that is hidden must now be revealed. Because of the chaos and fear this essential purging is destined to create, this difficult time is also referred to as the time of screaming and the gnashing of teeth. The tightrope the people are walking who were chosen for this part of humanity's divine mission is the challenge of delving into the quagmire of their own miscreations without becoming enmeshed in them and perpetuating their own descent into the horror of the pain and suffering they previously inflicted on themselves and others. Many of these people are successfully accomplished in this facet of their mission. They are then awakening and lifting into the light unscathed. Unfortunately, others are becoming enamored with the trappings of greed and power once again. This is preventing them from wanting to change their destructive behavior patterns, which is blocking their willingness to let go and to transmute their gross miscreations back into the light. The company of heaven is stating clearly that both parts of humanity's divine mission are essential to the success of this experiment and Earth's ascension into the fifth dimension. One person's mission is no more important than another. Remember, in most instances, we have all had hundreds of lifetimes since we were first breathed forth from the core of creation, so we have probably all been everything and done everything. At this critical time, as we observe the mind-boggling negativity that is surfacing in the outer world, and the adversity from these negative behavior patterns that is affecting every facet of life on Earth, the company of heaven wants us to remember that you and I and the rest of awakening humanity have the ability to intervene in powerful and life-transforming ways. Judgment and a holier-than-thou attitude are totally inappropriate. We have no idea what another person's mission is and whether or not they are succeeding. Instead of feeling superior to any of our brothers and sisters, we should feel gratitude for the sacrifices they volunteer to make on humanity's and Mother Earth's behalf. Remember, there but for the grace of God I go. Instead of criticizing and forming negative opinions about other people, which only adds to the problem, we can easily become part of the solution by daily invoking the infinite power of the violet flame on their behalf. Due to the miracles that were accomplished during Earth's ascension through the Lion's Gate on August 8, 2020, every single person's I Am presence has fully integrated into his or her earthly bodies. This aspect of our divinity now has the ability to communicate much more obviously and directly with our conscious mind. This means that where our I Am presence invokes the I Am presence of our sisters and brothers in the family of humanity who are embodied on Earth, our invocations are being heard more clearly, and the other person's I Am presence is able to utilize the light we are invoking to guide them intuitively in much more tangible ways. The company of heaven wants to remind us that the reason the massive amount of energy humanity has misqualified over eons of time is being allowed to surface at such an accelerated pace during this extraordinary purging process is because millions of people on Earth know about the awesome power of the violet flame and its ability to instantly transmute negativity back into light. Of awakening humanity will daily invoke the violet flame through the I Am presence of every person on earth. The company of heaven has been granted permission to amplify our efforts 1,000-fold every single day. The violet flame is infinitely more powerful than humanity's gross miscreation. Through our invocations, we have the ability to transmute unfathomable amounts of the surfacing negativity back into light in what will be perceived as the twinkling of an eye. If you have the heart call to assist humanity and Mother Earth in this profound way, please join lightworkers around the world with your daily invocations. Your I Am presence will guide you intuitively to invoke the violet flame in a way that resonates within your heart flame. Today I will share with you an example of my daily invocation to demonstrate how very easy it is to become a dynamic force of the violet flame every single day. First, whenever you begin, take a moment to go within and center yourself. Then take a few deep conscious breaths before starting your invocation. I am my I Am presence, and I am one with the I Am presence of every person on earth. Together we invoke the violet flame with the power and might of 1,000 suns to transmute back into light every thought, feeling, word, action, memory, and belief humanity has ever misqualified in any time frame or dimension, both known and unknown. After your invocation, feel the power of that magnificent violet fire flowing from your heart flame into the heart flame of every person's I Am presence. Know that this influx of the violet flame is being amplified by the company of heaven, moment by moment, with every breath you take throughout the day. Then when you wake up the next morning, say your invocation again, and you will create another powerful wave of the violet flame that will be added to the tremendous influx of the violet flame that has been bathing the earth since your invocation the day before. Dear one, know that your I Am presence and the I Am presence of every person is simultaneously flooding the earth with divine love, filling the voids where the discord that the violet flame has now transmuted back into light previously existed. The company of heaven said that it is difficult for humanity to fathom how powerful the violet flame is, but they want us to know that our daily invocations will assist humanity and Mother Earth in immeasurable ways as we prepare for our planetary reboot. Earth's planetary reboot. The beings of light have said that during the unprecedented purging process we are experiencing, awakening humanity and the company of heaven will co-create a planetary reboot that will catapult Mother Earth and all life evolving upon her into the frequencies of light beyond anything we have ever been able to safely assimilate. This unfathomable influx of light will create the sacred space for a quantum shift within the mass consciousness of humanity that will be positively affect every person, place, condition, and thing now manifesting in the world of form. This life-transforming shift of consciousness will allow the awakening masses of humanity to remember the training each and every one of us has experienced over myriad lifetimes in preparation for this cosmic event. The vehicle that will be used to coordinate this event will be the 34th Annual World of Congress on Illumination. Every day from October 17th through the 22nd, we will have a 2-hour live online presentation with guided meditations and activities of light from the company of heaven. The beings of light will guide us step by step through the critical facet of the unfolding divine plan that will be accomplished that day through the unified efforts of heaven and earth. The replay of each day will be available following the live event and will remain available for you to watch on demand whenever you are on the planet. These presentations will be encoded by the company of heaven in the eternal moment of now. That means that whenever you have the heart call to watch these videos, your I Am presence will weave your magnificent light and gifts into Earth's planetary reboot as if you are participating live. You can find this event on eraofpeace.org. So through reading that piece, that transmission, many waves of tense energies, feelings, and emotions came up. For my love, for my queen, the condor, her children, my soul star family, for all of you, children of the sun, great children of Gaia. And just know, we are so close, angels of the light, to this full shift, to this quantum leap of consciousness. Just please hang in there. Keep doing your daily work and these invocations. And keep going through and through and through. And smile into your heart self. Your heart center. Smile deep within. Smile to that child within yourself. That innocence, that purity. Tell that child how much you love them. And transmit that smile and that joy. You see the Buddha, the statues, he has gentle smile that opens heart, that opens the crown, loosens the pericardium around the heart that's tense. And the smile is one of our most powerful tools of healing, along with the love that's within our soul spark, our heart center, the still white magnetic light at the center of your being. So we activate that infinite light, infinite life within now, the kingdom of heaven. Malkutha de Shemaya, Malkutha de Shemaya, Malkutha de Shemaya. Aho. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Carolyn, Servant of Yahweh, 1001. There's a collapsing of contracts today that were siphoning your energy on an emotional level. The guilt tactics that we were used as mechanisms to control you are ending, bringing you revelation. These relationships were all a part of your growth and ascension away from narcissists. The emotional betrayal by these beings incepted patterns of giving away your power, self-sabotage, and focusing on difficulty. You are now able to heal from this suppression and lack mentality. Not only heal, but you have graduated and are ready to begin new emotional relationships of unconditional love. Judgments and verdicts have been delivered over the seed point of emotional slavery. You are safe and protected while these traitors are emotionally and physically detoxed from you now. This is opening up a new reality where you are free to take care of your own needs without shame or guilt triggers. This sovereignty is expanding into our new earth realm of reality we are entering. This healing and upgrade is completing your new immortal embodiment of the divine feminine Christ and the Galactic Federation of Light ground crew. This new frequency emanates from your soul, 144. You are seen and honored by your devotion to our new earth, new Jerusalem. Prophecy. Prophecy fulfilled, beloveds. In Jesus Christos' name. Amen. 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 From KundaliniTwinFlames.com, and today from Divine Sister of the Light, Jewel Yee, from Chalice Wells Gardens, Glastonbury, in the UK, our angels across the pond. It is the path of the heart, where the synthesis of the male and female come together in union. The path to mastery lay at the center of these two polarities. It was the middle path that teachers such as Buddha, Jesus, and Thoth had long taught to humanity. We don't want to forget Lao Tzu with the Tao Te Ching. Buddha had called it the middle way, while the early followers of Jesus had called it the way, and Thoth, the ancient god of wisdom in Egypt, had called it the ancient way. This union of yin and yang, so beautifully expressed in the Tao, where each contained its opposite, had long been taught by the mystics. The many different expressions of the gods and goddesses who all ultimately resolve back into one unifying intelligence. And know also the Tao, from Taoism, either spelled T-A-O or D-A-O, is translated as the way. The way where? The way within. For the Tao is everywhere and every when, and love has one. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Evelyn Einhauser. The sun entered the Virgo constellation this year on September 16th, 17th. You might have felt a sudden pull inwards away from doing into the inner scopes of a deeper landscape. Projects might have suddenly felt unimportant. It is the energy that accompanies you in the coming weeks, extracting your essence, drawing you nearer to the soul. Virgo is the constellation that blends dual light. We use the outer light to see and deal with the world of form, while we use the inner light to connect with the divine. In the tarot, he is associated with the path of the hermit, number 9, the one that walks into the darkness to find the hidden light. It is the journey of experience and spiritual crisis, a road that forges a deeper understanding of our own inner nature, the conditioned impulses of humanity, and the slow unfolding of an inner light radiating outwards. To receive life is to drop the expectation. To receive spirit is to drop the knowing. Our will gets slowly changed into a continuous prayer to be able to see the presence of God in all of life. In the oracle of the tarot, we find that the old sage and the Virgin Mary are one and the same. Both of them have reached the realization that matter serves to nourish the hidden spirit. The hermit has found the inner star, showcasing spiritual light into the world of matter. His wand is not used for magic anymore, as he knows that magic lies in the mundane. The one who sees the divine in the tree and the water, in a meal or in one's ordinary work, starts to blend his or her own dual light into an illuminated life of service. He is neither active nor passive, simply receptive to a world full of stars on earth. Today from the Archangelic calendar, Gaia is in the element of fire, and we do not say that lightly. The set of events shaping up on this timeline are incredible, and this is a great ending to let play out. I am super proud of every one of you. We have officially taken our rightful place upon our throne. Calendar date watchers will have already noticed the orbital turn column is at 1. This is excellent news, as this is officially the spot that we entered from when we entered this 5D macro timeline, and it also marks the beginning of a celebratory season for the calendar. This portal is the same portal that Moses brought his tribe through many turns ago, and this is why it coincides with the beginning of the Hebrew calendar. This portal has been beyond helpful because we have the knowledge to do so, but it was a trying task for the people who initially tried to use it. Not so coincidentally, the orbital turn also coincides precisely with the natural solar cycle, which has also reached a reset point and will be complete by the next Archangelic day. In a matter of speaking, we are in year 1, and this will stabilize things a great deal. I almost write these words in awe because it is clear that this was a pivotal anchor point for our 5D reality. We are gaining more and more control of our physical reality. This has been a long time coming, but it is not the first time that this earth has seen such powers. As we are the most potent force in the physical universe, the archangels are very excited to see what we are to become as we grow into something truly unique. The majesty has only just begun to grow. Galactic news: Syrian reinforcements have arrived in real time. This means that before we asked the question, they answered as they were waiting with a reply the instant it reached the air. Like we mentioned yesterday, we will have some decent disclosure. Again, I must say that this was not a prognostication. The galactic ship over my house was well announced and not to be confused with the distraction blimp flown in response to. We stress decent because they were unwilling to do much more publicity than a flyby which was not caught on camera, but we did try to petition for a bit more as to avoid this confusion. The crew members said that a laser light show was over the top and refused to respond to the idea of doing a meet and greet. Intense incoming brain waves are coming in to break up toxins and toxic thought patterns inside all of life upon Earth. If your body is not good at processing toxins, it may be time to tighten your dietary choices. The sun is flashing signals to our mind's eye. The information is vital to your health. It will send the appropriate DNA signals to your body to handle the upcoming season's incoming energies. The Blue Avians have a very complex society that has a unique dynamic. Their organization does not have an overall plan. They are soldiers of infinitely expanding creator source and react in real time as anomalies appear. It's a reaction with no emotion behind it. It's a very matter-of-factly and professional attitude towards cosmic engineering. In many ways, there is a lot to be learned from this philosophy. Stating the obvious, we calibrated Venus simultaneously with Earth and made life upon the sister planet very visible. This has undoubtedly elevated our working relationship. Can we have an awkward moment of silence to the impressiveness of the Lightworker Legion? Bravo, team. This is getting interesting, isn't it? But if you wish to learn more about the situation and the success therein, Revisit the assignment we did to cause this and watch these actions in third person. While we appreciate the color commentary from the non-Legion lightworkers, it is even more helpful to help us in our metaphysical efforts. There is no other way to put it. When we say that the mirror of Adonis should not be the only magical tool you pick up, living a cliché is not living in authenticity. The herd mentality does not serve divinity very well, and it is our diversity that we achieve perfection. A format for general spirituality does not exist. It is in the variety of these divine relationships with infinitely expanding Creator Source that it manifests its own self-discovery. We have been very vocal that you cannot look to the Schumann, it cannot handle the incoming data. We are aware of the steps of building a new one, but the world's most massive flat crystal quartz has yet to appear. Legion News, engineering was the topic as Archangel Heman thought it apropos to sing the chorus of the song Regulate. He emphasized that the balancing of energies that we keep accomplishing is incredible. He is explicitly referring to yesterday's assignment, and we all agree it was beyond impressive. We are not a secret society, we have no hidden agenda, and we are here on behalf of all life equally. Nevertheless, our legions may seem intimidating and mysterious. In the upcoming seasons, we will be implementing community outreach programs to help those who are intimidated. Every one of the 144,000 is endowed and ready. They are well on their way, and finally we are complete. It was not their path for those not included in this. It was too hard of a road for their souls to bear. The next class, so to speak, is in the multi-millions, but the regulators are the 144,000, Yeshuas, Buddhas, and Krishnas, a group of traveling Buddhas brought to light in the Buddhist texts, in which Buddha was a part. These traveling supermasters usually never congregate on the same planet, but lo and behold, here you are. It is now common knowledge not to mess with the Archangelic legions. We regulate both sides and have say-so on all sides of the spectrum. What rises above light and dark, love, and it holds omnipotence on both parts. Everyone has just figured this out. The tools for today's assignments are in the link in the description below. Assignments for today. Please note, it is always advised to hold metaphysical modalities for at least a 72 count. You must be ready for unexpected calls to metaphysical action without our prompting. It would be prudent to erect an exit portal for the Pacific Ocean dust and smoke cloud. The exit portal code for the smoke is 774-666-477. The UK is very dense and it has millennia of darkness that is not going to go away overnight. The people of the area must step their game up metaphysically speaking. We will implement massive metaphysical flames to the site in the following color codes: white, pink, light blue, gold, yellow, green, red, black, copper, bronze, brown, teal, rose gold, silver, orange, indigo, violet, platinum, diamond, rainbow. Then do the same and engulf the earth in every possible way. Australia is still a mess as we need to sweep its underground for sub-reality structures. These are non-physical structures and are metaphysical catacombs that appear like a pocket inside our current reality. To locate such anomalies, use an orange flame. Once found, use a simultaneous violet flame and an exit portal to infinitely expanding Creator Source. When the task is complete, it will create a drop in subspace pressure. The chemtrails program is back up and running. Let's do it the same way we do it every time. Chemtrail vehicles are mostly running in the very early morning hours in our country. Disrupt this aircraft with electrical pulses of lightning, and they won't administer the poison. You can also ground these vehicles in storage. They park in Hawaii, Stockholm, Melbourne, Seattle, and all over China. You can quickly tell which ones they are by their dark aura. The nicknamed ethereal waiting room is full. So many souls need help getting home. Typically, they hold themselves in judgment over their own lives until a high vibe comes to tell them that there is no judgment and to move on. Unfortunately, this task is micro work and should be handled on a case-by-case basis. And with kid gloves, the methodology is simple. Get them into a stairway to heaven. voluntarily using the power of persuasion. Implement a flower of life on both ends of the magnetic poles, which is not confused with the north and south poles. Once the flower of life is in full bloom, inject the following light codes into the Earth's atmosphere. Use them in plasma and light forms: white, pink, light blue, gold, yellow, green, red, light brown, brown, teal, magenta, rose gold, silver, orange, indigo, violet, platinum, diamond, rainbow. And this is from the ArchangeliCalendar.com. Today from the Zolkin Times. Kin 173, red self-existing Skywalker. Self-existing is the name for the number 4, and its keywords are measure, form, and define. It is the 4th day of the White Dog wave spell and a portal day. The 4th day is all about taking a closer examination of your situation. Before you can progress, you really need to know precisely where you are and where you stand. Think of each wave spell journey as an adventure, and on the 4th day, you get out the map and your compass so you may better plot your course. Today is Red Skywalker, which represents explore, space, and wakefulness. Skywalker loves to encourage us all to be explorers. Expand your consciousness, travel, and explore. Take a day out to do something completely different. As it is a number 4 day, we must define wakefulness. This suggests we take a closer look at what wakefulness entails. What is the very definition of being a conscious being? Deep questions to ponder today, so keep an open mind. Today's guide is the red moon, the chilled out go with the flow energy. Any adventure you do go on today should be unplanned as possible. Ask yourself, where can an adventure take you? If you release all control, follow the moon and chill out about life for a while. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, 1122 coming in. Christina Papagiorgio, red self-existing Skywalker, Kin 173, 18 September 2020, defining bliss. 18-9-2020 equal 18-9-22 equal 994 equal 22 equal 4. 9-9 destiny portal. 18 social upheaval transformation. 9 completion destiny service humanity compassion. 22 master builder architect of peace. 4 angelic code form structure foundation earth. Kin 173 equal 11 portal duality doorway partnership. And as you all know, 73 symbolize heaven on earth. 37 into the 73. Another powerful gap day and a portal kin code. So lots of power igniting our planetary expansion today. It is time to break out of the box and construct a new foundation of peace. Kin 173 was the code that started our year on the 1st of January 2020, bringing forth expansive codes for challenging the concept of our reality and what is founded on and defined by. Very appropriately, we commence this 2020 year of awakening in the cycle of the White Dog, highlighting the themes of unconditional love, devotion, and loyalty, or rather drawing attention to the lack of these qualities in our 3D matrix. 9 months on, we are strongly revisiting these themes. How far have we advanced in our journey to embody more love and redefine our reality through loving kindness? It seems we still have much work to do as we are discarding all that opposes the flow of love. Today is day 4 in the White Dog wave spell of unconditional love, loyalty, devotion, service, friendship, and faith. We are uncovering and healing all that separates us from source love in order to be love. Today we are exploring what it is to be that love and be loved through defining unconditional love in our lives. Tone of creation, self-existing. Tone 4 operates in the mental realm. Action measures, power defines, essence forms. Self-existing number 4 takes form and we have ourselves a square shape. Self-existing, measuring and defining, very intelligent, fascinated by self. We now have built a sturdy platform upon which further growth takes place. Today we are using our minds to redefine our human existence through love, defining how we can transform our lives through endless love. As it is a gap day and we have the 11 and 22 Master Builder Code emphasized, we are strongly called to define a new era built of love. a beautiful new foundation upon which to construct our new reality. Dispense with the rest and build your new solid foundations on the basis of divine alchemy and magical manifestations through your pure heart. Go forth and build this new, more expansive foundation of our wonderful, love-fueled new world. Editor's note: 11 and 22 are master numbers and powerful codes. 11 is the gate that opens the door to our new reality for the master builder to construct the new peace-filled earth. Spirit drew my attention to my post on January 1st, 2020, and it was posted at exactly 11:22 p.m. on New Year's Eve, so take note of these powerful codes today. And I started this transmission from Christina at 11:22 p.m., and my eye was drawn to the lower right-hand corner of my screen, and it jumped out at me. That's why I called it out right at the beginning. I hadn't read this yet. Synchronicities every moment. You are the new Earth architects. Keep holding the vision of New Earth to redefine our reality. The challenge, the gift today is the blue self-existing night. Akbal holds the dreaming codes and brings forth abundance through heeding your intuitive impulses. The blue night governs your sleep time, and journeying together with Skywalker makes a super astral traveling combination. As it is a mental realm day, you may experience quite lucid dreaming. As we travel through these expanded states, we become fearlessly free to explore, discovering the infinite abundance that flows through creation, floating in a pink sea of divine bliss. This is a potent blessing today, as 4 Akbal is the kin of Nikola Tesla, so you have infinite power to manifest your dreams and your imaginings from your mind and thoughts into the physical realm of form and structure. Hold on to your dreams and let your intuition guide your adventures in Wonderland, remembering to come back home with the treasure in your arms. Akbal, the cosmic genie, is the divine blessing today, providing the gift of endless abundance and untold pleasures which await all planetary kin who are operating through their divinely awakened pure hearts. A divinely perfect code, yet again woven through the magic tapestry of our dream spell journey. And always remember, come with me and you'll see a world of pure imagination. Just in case if that song wasn't stuck in your head yet. And so mote it be, dear ones, a brilliant day for dreaming, astral traveling, time traveling, and skywalking. Meditate in order to witness what the cosmos has in store for you, and then imagine it into form, feel it, see it, taste it, sense it. Through redefining what is possible for you, you can build a brand new foundation, allowing for greater freedom, love, and expansion. Today's question is, how can I redefine the box of my reality in order to realize greater expansion, awakening to the universal flow of endless bliss and abundance, divine blessings for stretching of your mental playpen to redefine your wondrous new life of bliss. In La Kek a la Kin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66, Kin 173, Red Self-Existing Skywalker. The mantra, the code for today is, I define in order to explore. Measuring wakefulness, I seal the output of space. With the self-existing tone of form, I am guided by the power of universal water. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. And on this most powerful portal activation day, beloved beings of light, let us know in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what you're seeing, your dreams, your visions, your synchronicities. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell next to it to get notifications on future uploads. And as always, we have a link below in the description to the transcriptions of today's transmissions. And we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. I'd like to also thank everyone for your support and pledges on Patreon. If you'd like to support my work and mission, you can do so at patreon.com/primedisclosure. That link is also in the description. I'd like to thank today Divine Sister of the Light, Deborah, for your donation, your contribution. Much appreciated. Angel of the Light, Now, a couple more things before I bid you all adieu. Tonight we had a very powerful, vibrant orange sunset, and as the sun was setting, the underside of the clouds were illuminated with orange and then pink. So we're seeing this orange sun the last few days. And right as the sun was setting, I was in a sacred portal. Coming out of the portal, as it was becoming twilight, the woods were this mute brown, like most things have died down, and there's dead leaves and dirt and brown trees, and popping up all through the woods were these vibrant, brilliant white mushrooms, hundreds of them. It was like a fairyland. Like Gaia does that a lot, presents us with these gifts of great beauty when our eyes are open and we're aware of the magic of this realm. As 5D is flowing in now. A couple people had commented about the intensity of the call of the eagle that was in yesterday's video, and one of our light workers had mentioned that they felt a little nausea after hearing it, and I thought, yeah, it made me a little nauseous doing it. But in all seriousness, when we shift, that frequency of the call is a higher dimensional frequency. So when energies or frequencies or resonance push us into what we call the second attention, which in the Toltec arts and Aztec we say Nawal, the unknown. The tonal is the known, is the first attention, the world of the known, the unknown, which is kind of like the underworld or that which can be known or experienced. And then the third attention is the unknowable mind, the unborn mind of Buddha. So when we shift to this second attention or to higher dimensions, the physical 3D vessel can have strange and uncomfortable feelings such as nausea, spinning, these things that we call ascension symptoms, because the ascension is us shifting into a new attention. And that's the translation of these words, but it means many things, the nawal and the tonal. So we say, obviously, the known, the unknown, first attention, second, but it's also multidimensional. And as through this ascension into the higher density and into higher dimension, 4D, 5D, when we fluctuate sometimes in between the two, it can cause strange or uncomfortable feelings. So we just navigate through it and get through it and anchor into the earth. There's many techniques we use to navigate these challenging energies, such as breath work, smiling into our organs, qigong, which is really energy work, any kind of energy work. So I wanted to talk a minute, then I have to wrap this up because it's getting over the hour mark. And the longer these go, the longer it takes to edit and upload. It's taking me later and later to do these, especially with these time shifts. And I'm on Washington time. I'm on Pacific time, so I'm 3 hours ahead of the time here in the East. So the prophecy of the eagle and the condor I wanted to refine and explain, because there's different perspectives and perceptions on this prophecy and manifestation. So obviously we're seeing three different aspects. Everything has a trinity to it, so we don't get stuck on one aspect. We look at the whole picture. And the first aspect, from my perspective and perception, my divine union with what I call my queen, my elven Venusian queen, the condor. It is touching the wings of my divine feminine. Obviously, if you're divine feminine, you would touch the wing of a divine masculine, or whomever you wish. There's no judgments here. It's whatever resonates with you, but that love of your connection to another being of light. And the second aspect of this, so obviously the eagle and the condor, the eagle symbolizes the divine masculine of the north, the condor, the divine feminine of the south, the water and the fire. It is the Shakti and the Shiva, Shakti feminine, Shiva masculine, of God source or Godhead. Or we say Jesus Christos, Yeshua Christ, and Mary Magdalene, Isis, Osiris, the two divine coming together to create this powerful divine union. that's beyond anything that can be experienced in the 3D realm. And then the second aspect is the internal union, or reunion, or uniting of the water and fire within. We say the Kan and Li in the Taoist. Kan, water, Li, fire, Kan and Li. It's the yin and the yang. You can also see it as the right and the left hemisphere of the brain coming into synchronicity or harmonic resonance. And then the third aspect is the collective experience, which we see through the cultures and the spiritual teachings of North America and the culture and the spiritual teachings of South America coming together in harmonic convergence and uniting to bring the two powers together, the two energies together to assist Gaia and all humanity through this ascension and to manifest new earth, what we call heaven on earth. And one last thing before I take flight into the night, speaking yesterday about the fear of the unknown, the humanity's deep fear of that which is unknown. The great mind of Alan Watts said it's best to confront or look at or experience the unknown rather than from the eyes of fear. Much better to experience it and to look at the unknown with eyes of curiosity, like the curiosity of a child or the curiosity of innocence and playfulness. And I know, easier said than done sometimes, but it's when we put our awareness into the possibilities and the potential that we activate these deeper, or what we call higher experiences. So just putting our consciousness and awareness into knowing that there's another option, even sometimes, can help resolve, transform, or heal that part of ourselves that is living in fear or living in separation or illusion, delusions, all these things. So I put that out to the collective in hopes that we can heal each other with our love, our compassion, and our pure imagination. Because that is the root, the foundation of how we manifest, is using our pure imagination and creativity, our infinite creative potential that is within each one of you, and that soul spark, that internal flame that burns brightly with infinite potential. If we just tap into that and look into the world with our imagination, what is possible? What would we like to see for the new earth? How do we see heaven on earth? And visualize it, feel it, experience it, and then we live it. So thank you for joining me today. Thank you all for your support and your kindness and your beautiful comments. Keep shining your light brightly into the night. Angels of the infinite light. I love you all. Namaste.